I'm 12 years old and I'm going on a family day trip. I'm from a brown family, so what that means is a motorcade of cars with grandparents and aunts and uncles and as many children as you can fit in the trunk. My favorite kind of trips were to that great British institution, the seaside, with names like Bournemouth and Brighton and Bognor Regis. I don't know why they always began with the letter B, but somehow that just made it more bloody brilliant. My family would never stop at restaurants or cafes to eat. It was too expensive and the food wouldn't have been halal anyway. So instead, my mum and my aunts would always pack home-cooked Bangladeshi food. So I want you to picture the scene. An English beach, beginning with B, already full of bodies red like boiled crabs by midday. The sun is behind clouds, because this is British weather after all, but spirits remain high. Sand castles are being built, beach balls are being thrown, romances are blossoming, and beers are being downed. And amongst all of this, we arrive. We make landfall like a caravan of Bedouins, weaving our way through all the deck chairs to find a spot on the beach large enough to accommodate us. Amongst all the sweaty, exposed, swimwear-clad bodies, our party would remain inconspicuous for all the women and the girls who kept their saris and their shalwar kameezes firmly on. Soon enough, it would be time for lunch, and surrounded by white families eating their triangular sandwiches, their Scotch eggs, their slices of quiche, and their packets of crisps. We would unload mounds of foil-wrapped parathas, Tupperwares filled to the brim with hot curries and ghee-fried pilau rice. This was not food to eat on the go. This required dinner-sized disposable plates to be doubled up to take the weight of the food that was going to be piled on top of them. Sometimes there'd be entire pans of biryani layered with fried onions and boiled eggs. Other times there'd be minced lamb kebabs that were so pungently spiced with chili and coriander and cumin and cardamom that they'd attract the curious stares of people within at least a quarter-mile radius. Sometimes there'd be stares that seemed a little bit hostile too. The ones that seemed to be asking, "What are you doing? What are you doing here?" I wish I could say that my answer was something brave, but I was a child, and I responded the way that most preteens would. I was embarrassed. In truth, I was ashamed of myself and of my family. I just wanted to fit in. And where I came from, the town I grew up in, Plaistow, I did fit in. This was the early 90s in the East End of London, and there was a horrible recession going on. And times were really hard, but we were all in it together. I just didn't realize how the it was particularly different and difficult for us. It was only when I left the bubble of my local area that I was forced to feel how different I really was, at a time when I just wanted to be like everybody else. Anyway, now when I look back, I remember lots of other things as well. I remember how my mum would be on the phone for days leading up to these trips, talking to my aunts to decide what should be cooked and by whom. Ami mano khorsi ami ekhta murgor biryani khormo. Atumi ekhta goshtor kebab khorbai. Kita mano khoro. It was never a slapdash affair. They would curate these menus to bring pleasure and to impress. They'd wake up early on the day of these trips to start cooking, so the food would still be warm at lunchtime. They'd pack it carefully in the car so that it wouldn't spill, and then the smell would waft through from the trunk with a promise for later. And then when it was time to eat, there'd always be this moment of silence as everybody tucked in. Because that first bite would be so incredible. It would be warm and tasty and filling and familiar. And then our mums and aunts would start criticizing their own dishes, inviting everyone to heap them with effusive praise, which was wholly deserved. Our mums never truly relaxed until everybody was fed. It's how they loved us. It's how they loved us when we were at home, and it's how they loved us when we weren't. It's how we carried home with us wherever we went. And it's how I keep home with me now, 30 years later, living on the other side of the world, when I make something for my kids that I learned to make from my mum. And you know what? When I look back now and I think of those stares that seemed hostile, now I think maybe they were just jealous. Because who wants to be eating a soggy cold sandwich when you could be eating a delicious spicy plate of biryani? Not me. Not anymore. Thank you.
My name's Habiba Radcliffe. I'm an MA English Literature student at the UO, and I'm an intertwined storyteller. I actually entered a poetry competition, and through that I was invited blind, and I didn't really know what I was getting into, to be honest. But I just took a punt, and I didn't expect to be chosen, but I was. And that's how I came across Intertwined. I hadn't heard of it, but I'm really glad that I did, because it's been a really wonderful experience. I think the most interesting part of taking part in Intertwined for me is that I've been very accustomed to writing stories. I like writing stories, but I've never had to write a story with a view to performing it. And so it's been a really good exercise in writing in a different way and honing that different skill. And working with a story coach has also been a real pleasure, and sort of learning different strategies of how to refine a story with a view of talking to an audience, and also talking to time, and keeping the spoken word in mind as well. And that's been a really fascinating experience. I think one thing that's been really great for me to take away from this experience is that it's been a great way to reconcile past and present and feel positive about the future. And I hope that other people who are attending and listening to these stories will be able to feel the same way, looking back at things in their past, and be able to feel positive too.